Hi, in this video I want to show you how you can move tasks forward from yesterday to today. So a new day began and you still have yesterday's note, but you didn't finish all of your tasks. Maybe a couple of them are completed, a couple of them are still open. Maybe you didn't update your time blocks if you use them. And in this video I want to show you how you can move them forward and using an example, using my yesterday's note as an example. So for example, this is yesterday, Thursday. And first what I do is I go through the tasks, to the open tasks, and check if I have actually completed them yesterday, but didn't complete them in NotePlan yet. So this one I have completed already. And here are a couple of time blocks which I didn't update yet. So improve onboarding, I have done this, but I didn't get to integrate timeline. So I checked this off, by the way, with Command D, and you can also uncheck it again with Command D. You can also click on the arrow button and hit complete task. And in this case, I want to cancel it because I didn't do this time block. So I cancel it, and then it also disappears from the timeline. And these ones are still important. So I go through the rest of the note and just check if there's anything I want to cancel, which is not important anymore. For example, I could cancel this one, and this one I leave open. Maybe it was a good idea yesterday, but today I realize it's not such a good idea actually, so I cancel it rather. And this process, and we'll continue with moving the tasks also to the next day, but this process is on purpose a bit manual and has a little bit of friction so that you can actually review your tasks and decide what to do with them. So you can check them off, you can cancel them, or you can move them forward. Or you can move them into a project note, for example, if they are still relevant, but not today, or maybe someday. Okay, let's get to the next step. I want to move a couple of tasks forward. And these two checkboxes or checklists, they're about communication, maybe sales, but they're not relevant today. I don't want to do them today, but still want to be reminded to do them someday later. So I select both of them and then I hit the drag button here, and then you can drag them into a future day in your calendar. For example, maybe I want to do them on Monday because today is Friday and I want to do them someday later. So you drop it here and then you get a couple of options. You can move them with Shift and then you just drop it, or link or copy. Usually I use move because I don't want them to link between 2 days. It's not relevant today. Or yesterday's note, so I just move it. So it's gone from this note. And this one is something I want to do today, so I drop it now with, I press Shift and drop it directly into today. Let's continue. So here are a couple of tasks which are still open because I've added them later on in the day. And what I often do is, especially if I have a main task and then a couple of subtasks, and maybe some of them are closed, the others not, then I move them down and cut the rest of it and check off the main task. So I know, okay, this was the main task and these are the subtasks which I've already closed. And then I move to today, and the first thing I do, you see it's a bit chaotic at the moment because I've moved a couple of tasks already forward from other days, and this is the one which I moved forward right now. And the first thing I do is I create a new heading, NotePlan. Then I paste the tasks which I just cut out from yesterday, and I give it a new main task. So this is not the real main task, but just as an example, I give it again the main task and indent them below this. So I know where I need to continue. Might be an ongoing project. For example, improving the synchronization. So I have, let's call it like this, improve sync. So I reuse this main task in multiple days, but I only move forward the subtasks which are still relevant, or which are still open and relevant. Let's go back to today. So I have cleaned up this one. This is still important. And if it's a single task like this, I usually drop it again with Shift. This one as well. And these ones, I don't move them forward on purpose. And you see in the calendar, I have a couple of days which are marked red. And these days, they still have open tasks in them. And I still need to review them. So during the week or at the end of the week, from time to time I go back to the days and check if there's still something important, or maybe I need to move these things out of the daily notes completely. But at the moment, I don't want to be bothered with these things, with these kind of project management tasks. I just want to get on with the day. So you can leave them inside the day, or you create a project note and you move them in here. Or if you have another system for project management, you can move them completely there and then cancel them inside NotePlan. So you know, okay, this is already handled. Let's go back to yesterday's note. So I leave them here on purpose and go to on today's note. You can give it some structure and move the tasks into the new headings. Like I created this NotePlan heading. Now you can hover over the line and then you see the drag button and you drag it where you need it. For example, here I create some other heading and then drag it here and so on. So next step, you might create time blocks and so on, but this is a topic for another video. And if you move the same task forward all the time, probably that you need to break down the task into some more subtasks so you can check them off. And there's another method as well. You can move the tasks to a project node and then apply greater than today. So this task will now appear always in today's node at the top, and you don't need to move it forward. And if you check it off like this, let's jump back, it will change the today tag into an actual date when you have closed the task.